Hi everyone, welcome to Tammy's Creative Cards and Crafts. I'm Tammy and this is the Halloween kit tutorial and we are going to get right into it. I am very excited and I know a lot of people are excited to and have been waiting to get this started. This is what we are going to create, this gorgeous project here. Try to get it all in the shot there, which I don't think I can, but everybody has seen this before and a lot of people have ordered the projects, or sorry, the kits. So we're going to try to get right into it. I have shown pretty much what's in the kit. For people that are following along that did not order the kit, I will give you measurements and show you the steps that I've taken to prepare the kit along the way as well to help you out so you can make it yourself. And I hope you really enjoy it. I hope that I'm sure that it's going to look beautiful on your wall like it has on my wall in the past years. And I hope this is the first of many kits and tutorials that we do together. So let's get right into it. So everybody that has received a kit from me, it'll probably look a little bit more neater than this, but hopefully you have not opened it yet because there's a lot of small little pieces. But this one I just did up for myself, so it's not packaged as quite as neat. So I'm just going to pull everything out and we can go through it really quickly. So you will have received these in a little package. These are the background cards. So you will have received 10 of these cards here. They measure 3 by 3. And these are the cards that are going to go on this orange cardstock here as your mat. And then these are your background cards that I have stamped for all the kits. And anybody that wants to make it themselves, or a DIY, yes, sorry, I will tell you that these measure 3 by 3 and you need 10 of those. And then what I use to make the background, I use this stamp set here. It's by Stampin' Up. It's called Work of Art, and it it stamps fantastically. There is a lot of different ones in here that work perfect, and you can do so many things with that stamp set. So I'll just go through the different ones that I've done. Now, this one here is just 3 basic lines that were stamped with this stamp here. It's just one squiggly line, not squiggly, but one line that looks like it was drawn. And you can do it in the different colors. This one here is with that same line, but done in the green. And this one has a little yellow circle that's in that stamp set, and that is done with that stamp. This one I just did the yellow on here with the round stamp set. This one here has this curved line with the yellow stamp set, and then this curved line here. And it turned out great. I took this lines, the stamp here, and you can see that I just did it 3 on this one. Makes a fantastic background. I did that in the yellow. I did the green again with the lines with this stamp here. It kind of looks like little clouds, or I did it in the gray. Make it a little bit more spookier for Halloween. This one here is the same stamp as this one, just on the white cardstock here in the gray. And then I just did 2 lines here, one going this way, not quite over all the way, and then this line here, not quite over all the way here. And that was the only one I did here. And then the line again, just going all the way down, leaving small gaps in between. I did that in the orange. Now these white cards measure 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, and when they are all cut and with the black backing it, they back it very nicely, leaving a nice little border on here, looking very nice, as you can see that. And when it's on your orange, it really makes it pop. Okay, so that is your cards that you will need for that. So just take those and set those aside. You will also have in your kit all your little characters, which we can go through really quickly. You have your vampire, your dinosaur, your mummy, your pumpkin, your devil, your Frankenstein, your witch, a bat, a ghost, a pirate, and there'll also be another loose bag in there that will just have some little bit of extra pieces, maybe some little eyes and maybe an extra owl or something like that in case you need it. But these bags were checked and double checked, so hopefully you will not need any extra pieces, but just in case, there should be some extra pieces. Also, I put in some extra paper of every color that I use, so you will have that as well. So I did attach those. So just put those aside just for a minute or two. And then in here also in the kit, you're going to have the pumpkin picture at the bottom, which will have your black piece, which measures, this one measures, excuse me, 6 1/4 by 3. And then your white piece, which measures 2 3/4 by 6. And as you can see, that just fits nicely in there. And also, I used that line here as well. I just put the line across. Of course, it only went to about here, and just re-inked it again, made the line go across, did 2 lines going over, and then re-inked the line going this way, and it made it look like little fence post. So it looks really cute when the pumpkins are all lined up there. And then the little circle for the sun. So that is the bottom piece for the pumpkin patch. Okay, and then you will also have your pumpkins in here, which are, now the pumpkins are measures, there's 3 that are 1 inch size, there is 3 that are 1 1/4 inch size, and then there are 2 oval size ones, which I actually had to cut on my Cricut for the ones that purchased the kit, but you may have oval punches. I did not have ones that size, so I cut these on my Cricut. But these measure 5/8 by 1 1/2. 5/8 by 1 1/2, and then the bigger one is 1 1/4 by 2. Okay, and if you don't happen to have these size punches to make these pumpkins, you can do them all round, you can do them all oval, you can do them any size that you like. Also, if you don't happen to have a little punch that makes this particular branch, you may have a different kind of punch that does little leaves or whatever, then you can use that. You will also need 4 little leaves punched out, and I have this little piece here that's just cut into like a 1/4 inch piece, and I'm going to use that for the top of the pumpkin stems. So you can just leave all that in the bag, and we'll go back to that later. Just leave your little cards in there as well. And also your orange cardstock, you'll have 2 pieces of that in there, and we'll just leave that all together. Sorry for moving the camera. We'll leave that all together in there for now. I just want to make sure that that camera doesn't move too much. I see. I'm going to move you guys around too much. Okay. So I'll just put that aside. So the first thing that you're going to need is a pair of scissors, some glue. Now I have this liquid glue, and it has a very, very fine tip on it. This was actually a Stampin' Up glue, and the tip on it kept clogging up on me, so I just bought one of these little Amazon bottles and poured it in here, and it actually works great. It has a little plastic stopper on it, so I've been using that. I also, if you don't have that, I recommended that you get this little glue pen. That works great. You can also take a little bit of paper, put your glue on there, and take a little pin, and because we're using with little tiny dots, you can use the pin to put the glue on the little small pieces. So the first character that we're going to put together is the vampire. So we'll get started with that one. So what I recommend you do is, if you have a piece of copy paper or white piece of paper, grab that out and put that down first, because it'll be very easy for you to be able to see when you pour these little character pieces out. You'll be able to see, because they have very small little dots and stuff in here. So just be careful when you're pouring them out. They like to stick to the bag, just like that one. And they also like to stick to the sticky part of your bag, okay? And I apologize for my fingers because I got ink on them, but that's what happens when you work with ink. So in here you will have one black owl. You will have one circle. Now, I'm not sure if in the kit I've already cut it for you, or it may be together. You'll have one circle, or you may have 2 circle halves. Either way, put those aside. Then you're going to have either an oval piece, or you will have a piece that looks like this. And this is just a sliver off of this oval piece. Okay? And this oval piece, for people that are making this without the kit, this oval measures 1.5 by 2, the same size as the pumpkin. So you'll need a piece like that, and I will show you what to do with that in a second. You'll need the little red vest. You'll need 2 of the large white circles. You'll need 2 medium red eyes. You'll need 2 small black ones, and then 2 other small black ones that will be for buttons. And then there will be a little white heart, which will be for the fangs for your little vampire. So to get started, take your little owl, and if your circle is not cut, you're going to take your circle, your black circle, and you're going to cut that completely in half right down the center. So you'll have 2 half pieces. Okay? So you take your first piece And you're going to take it so that your circular part is in the inside of your owl, okay? And your straight part is on the outside, just like that. Okay? Put your circular part on the inside, and then you're just going to put a little bit of glue on that inside part, and you're going to glue it to your owl. Because this is making his little cape, okay? So you kind of point it out like that. And then you're going to go to your other side, and again with your straight part out to that side, put a little bit of glue on that side and do the exact same thing. Put your little cape on, and so what you should end up with is your little owl, and you'll have his little cape on that looks like that. You can see that good. Okay? Try to get them even. I got some little glue, but it's always easier to go back after it dries and get that off. And I have a little tool that takes that little bit of glue off. Sometimes a little pencil eraser too gets that off, but just be gentle with it. So then take your oval, if you got an oval in the kit, because I'm not sure if I sent the ovals or if I already cut them for you. If you have an oval, you're just going to take the top third of your oval and you're going to slice it off, okay? So take just the top third of your oval and slice it off so that you end up with a piece like this. And this is going to be your little guy's collar. So you're just going to put a little bit right in the middle of glue to glue his little collar on. And stay behind his head, but just, you know, have his ears sticking up, you know, go behind his ears. So it'll look like that. Okay? Make it look really cute. Again, try to make it look even. Mine's not even there. Just let me fix that. Okay? Okay, and then you're going to take your big white circles and you're going to put a little bit of glue on the back of those. And you're going to put them on the top part of his head and position them before you set them both down. Try to position them so that they sit together. If it helps, you can use these. You can get little tweezers and try to position them on his head, and then just give him a little push down in the middle. Okay, so he has little eyes sitting on like that. Okay. And everybody's is going to look a little bit different because maybe you might sit the inside of his eyes a different place than where I have mine, and it just makes it look really cute. So then he has the little red ones because he's a vampire and he's got little cute little red eyes. So you're going to, now maybe you want to put them in the middle. Maybe you want to have them down to closer to the bottom. You can do them however you like. I'm going to set mine in the middle. Again, I'm going to use my little tweezers so that it'll stick to my fingers. And just, but you can use the, you know, a little, I have a little poker tool here. You can use that. Any kind of little tool that you might have. So there is with the little red eyes on him. And now you're going to put 2 of your little black dots. Now these are, of course, little tricky little guys. So you just have to be, these are where you have to be patient, because you have to have patience for these little, just put some glue on it and pull it off and stick it on with your hands. And just try to get it in the spot that you want. Again, it's good to have a little pair of tweezers to move it exactly where you want. And then there you have the little vampire eyes where you want, okay? He's starting to look really cute. And then now we have his little red vest. Now before you put his vest on, you can stick his little buttons on. And just put them down wherever you'd like on the vest. I like to put them up down a little bit. I'm not worried about this glue showing up there because it dries clear after it dries, so that's totally fine. So there's my little vest with the buttons on there. And now I'm just going to take and glue my vest on my owl. And you don't need very much glue. Like, there's how much I'm using. It's very, very light. You want to kind of center this up with his little feet and put that down. And when you do that, it centers it right up with his eyes. So now there is his little vest on. Now, when I was looking at him, I thought, now, in my first one, I didn't have any little vampire teeth. And I thought, wouldn't it be cute for him to have some little vampire teeth because he's a vampire. So I thought, I'm going to put some little teeth on there for him. So I took the little white heart, and what I'm doing is I'm just shaving a tiny little bit off the heart. And if you can see that, that's all I did, is I shaved a tiny little bit off each side of the heart. And I'm just going to now put that on each side of, right in the middle of his nose there. Now maybe you want to leave it without, but I think it's going to look really cute and make it look like little vampire teeth. So there is our little vampire. Okay? So that is character 1. Now, what we can do is we can go and pick our first black background, and the background that our little vampire goes on is this one here, the one that has the different mixed clouds through it. But be careful because there's another one that looks similar. It's a bigger, chunkier one. So let me see if I can find it. Let me see now. Okay. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find the right one here. That's there. Okay, there's this one that looks like a bigger, chunkier stamp. That's not the one. That one's for the pirate. So we're going to be using this one. You see, it's a smaller stamp. So what you're going to do is you're going to use your, if you have a nail or you want to use liquid glue, you can do that. And you're going to glue this to your black and take your time getting it centered. Okay, so you get a nice border all the way around. Okay, so you have a nice border going all the way around like that. And now you can take your little vampire. Now I have him kind of flying a little bit to the, like on his side, to the, kind of going to the right. So that's the way I'm going to put him on there. So just put a little bit of glue on the back. Now you could put dimensionals on this, but the only reason I did not is because it makes it hard under the frame. So I wouldn't recommend using dimensionals in this project because of the different pieces. It does raise it up some, so I wouldn't use dimensionals behind these. So here we go. There's our first character and our little vampire. Isn't he cute? Okay, so just put this little guy aside, and that's number 1. So now we're going to go on to our pumpkin. Just search through and find our little pumpkin character. Okay, and move everything else aside here. Now our pumpkin character, in here you're going to have again, try to get everything out. Make sure you check everything in there. Okay, in here you're going to have a brown owl, a 2-inch scallop circle. Okay, and then you're going to have 3 1-inch circles. These are extra because I'm going to show you something. And then you're going to have 2 medium white eye circles. You're going to have 3, you know what color? Oh, 2 small little black pupils, a yellow heart for the beak, and a little green circle that we're going to make into a stem. Okay, so just to start off, oh, and you're going to have, actually you're going to have 4 of these circles, and I'm going to show you how to make your little hat for your pumpkin. We'll get to that part in, okay, well, we can do that right now, sorry. So what you're going to do is you have your little circle. You need your scissors for this. And what we're going to make is this little pumpkin hat. If you can see that. Okay? So essentially, you want to make it, and see how it fits on his head, so cute, with his ears sticking up through it. And it's very easy to do. All you're going to do is take your scissors and stay up in the 1/3 part of this circle here, and you're just going to come down a little bit. You're going to go up and zigzag, go down, go back up, almost like a cracked egg, and go down, go back up again. Don't go up too high. Down, go back up, and then I like to leave a long piece along the side and then go down, and then essentially you'll have a piece, hopefully, that looks, once you straighten it out, that looks like that. Now again, everybody's piece is going to look different, and that's perfectly okay, as long as it's not too deep, because you need to have room to put the eyes and the little beak, and of course you're going to have your circles down here, and you still have to be able to see his feet. So you have to just make sure that it's not too much of the circle for the top. Okay? But as long as you have a cute little shape like that, you'll be absolutely fine. Then you have a scalloped piece like this, one scalloped circle, and all you're going to do is cut that scalloped piece right in half, just from one indent right until the other. You just cut that right in half till you have 2 equal pieces, just like that. Okay, and that's going to be his wings. And then you're going to have, there should be a little green dot in there. And on the green dot, you're just going to shave off just a little smidge on one side and just a little smidge on the other side. Try to make it even. And this makes your little pumpkin stem. Okay? So there you go. So now you're going to take your little owl, and we're going to take our first circle pumpkin, and we have 2 more that go with it, and we're going to glue those to each other. So one goes and glues to each side, but you're going to glue them to the back. And just to try them out, you're going to put them up to your little pumpkin here. You're not going to glue them to your little owl yet. You're just going to glue your pumpkins together. So you can take one pumpkin and overlap it on the other one to glue it, just like this. Okay, so that's your first one. And then you're going to take your other pumpkin and you're going to put it right in the middle. Okay? Right over top. right over top, just like that. Okay, and also, as we're going along, I included a little sponge with your kit. We're going to do a little bit of shading as we're going along. Now with this pumpkin, you can take your orange ink, whatever ink that you might picked up. I asked you if you could get a little bit of orange. So after you get that on there, just go around the edges, just like that, and shade the edges, just to give the pumpkin a little bit of dimension. Okay? And you can even shade those inside pieces. Okay, and it just gives it an extra little bit of color to it. And you want to do his little hat the same. Just go up around the edges, just adding a little bit of dimension to it. Okay. There. Okay, so now that you have your little pumpkin glued, you're going to attach it to your little guy here. Again, you can put it on with your snail, your glue, wet glue, your little pen. Now when you put this on, center it, but leave his little feet exposed. But make sure you leave a little bit of room at the top, because he's of course going to have his eyes and stuff. Okay. I have to put a little bit more glue on mine here. Okay, so his little feet are just sticking out the bottom there. And then I'm going to glue on my little eyes. One on that side. One there, so you can see where the eyes are. And then you're going to take your little yellow heart, which is the beak. And you have the heart upright, so the point is hanging down. And you're going to put that right in the middle there, like that. And then take your little black pupils and stick those in there. Okay, and okay, so now we have our little owl with our eyes and our little beak. And now we're going to take our little hat and you're going to put it over. So it just goes over his eyes, but his little ears are still showing. So adorable. Okay. Before we do that, we're going to glue our little stem on the back here. So just put it right at the top on the inside. Okay, and then glue the little hat on. Okay, and it's going to go right over his eyes, but you want to be able to see his ears. Okay. How precious is that? So cute. Okay? So we have to stick on his his wings. Okay? Now we also have, I also have, let's see here. Different. So I'm going to grab a different ink here. So I can just do the edges of his wings, and if you're done with your orange, just brush it on your paper. Okay, so you don't have any left. Dip into just lightly, okay, and go around your tips of your wings. Okay, you don't need very much. And you don't have to do this part if you don't want to, but I just think it just adds a little bit, okay? So now we're going to put his wings on. And I have them pointing up. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down in one corner. And we'll put the wing up in that corner. And there is our finished little pumpkin owl. I think he looks pretty cute. There. So now, let me cover this up here. So now his background, take our black, and the background for him is this one here with the, looks like grass with the little yellow sun. So I'm just going to glue that on. Careful to center it and line it up. And then I'm just going to put some glue on the back of him. And then he's just on there pretty straight. And there you go. So there is number 2, our cute little pumpkin with the sun. So there is number 2 character. And I see that we're getting up in time, but we can only go as fast as we can. So our next one is Ghost. And just move our pieces aside here. And our ghost one, move our pieces out, get all the ones out. Okay. Now in this one, we have our brown owl, our white scalloped piece that is cut in half the same way that I showed you to cut the other one. We have an oval that is cut with the bottom piece taken off. So it's the same size oval that I showed you before, as the pumpkin and the black one. I just cut the bottom piece off, probably 1/3 off, and this is like the little ghost costume. And then there is two large brown circles, two white circles that are medium, and two black little pupils. So the first thing we're going to do is take our brown owl, and this one's going to go together pretty quick. So we have our white little ghost guy here, or ghost costume, and we're going to glue him right to the top and glue it so you still have the bottom of the owl and a little part of his body still showing. So glue that right over the top. Use my different glue here. Okay. So you want to put it on that his little feet and body are sticking out the bottom, but his two ears are still at the top, just like that. And then we're going to stick on the little brown circles. And then we have the whites in the middle there. And then our little black eyes to go in the middle of that. Okay. Okay, and then all we have to do is to glue on our little wings. And again, the wings go on with the feather parts going down and the straight part going to the outside. So just put a little bit of glue on the top here. Okay. So we have our little ghost. Super cute. And I have the 3x3 piece, and the background for that one is this little one with the two green stripes, and it looks like the little gray cloud. So we're going to glue that one on. Again, do your best to center that, because it makes a huge difference when you're putting them all together at the end. And I just put him about halfway up there. Just glue them on there in the center. And he looks really cute. Super cute there. So that is our ghost. Now, I think that, check the time. Okay, I think I will do one more, which is the Frankenstein. Okay, so the Frankenstein is a little bit more detailed, but I will give it a go because I know we're getting up there in time. Okay, so the Frankenstein, make sure it has a lot of little pieces in here. Okay, so you're going to have a green owl and a black owl. Okay? You will also need a green scalloped, 2-inch scalloped circle. Now, I may have already possibly cut it for you. If not, cut that one in half. Then you will need a little orange vest. And you'll need a large white circle, one medium white circle, one medium black circle, and then you'll need 4 of the black dots. I think you have 5 here, but that's okay. Then you'll need 1 white one. You'll need a little yellow heart for the beak. And then you'll need 2 little bolts or little gray pieces of cardstock. Now, I'm not sure if I cut the bolts for you or if I put a little strip of gold or gray cardstock in here. If so, all you're going to do is just cut out 2 little tiny square pieces of cardstock for the little bolts on the side of his head. Now, the hair or the top of Frankenstein's head, you're going to take your black owl body, and you're going to cut this very similar to how you did for your pumpkin when you cut across jaggedly. You're going to do this the exact same for your little Frankenstein hair. Okay, so if you can see that one there, you're just going to come down about 1/4 from the ears and just go zigzag up and down. Just something really cute, zigzag up and down. It doesn't have to be perfect. Zigzag and then come down like that. Okay, this is just, you're just making his little jagged little hairline, okay? And then you can discard those pieces. You're just going to keep the top piece. Okay, so we're just going to put our little Frankenstein together. And also for this one, you will need a fine tip marker, something in black that makes a fine little tip. Okay? So the first thing you need is your orange ink again. Okay, and you can just, again, wipe off that ink that was on there. You're going to take your little vest and ink up all around your little vest just to give it some nice color going all the way around. Okay, so you have that on there. And then I also like to do brush your orange off, and I like to do the brownish color around the green. Okay, so these are the wings. Not all this is going to show. You're going to be, so you can just do one end if you want. Okay. Okay, so, and then I will do the sides of my owl a little bit to stress them around his little toes. Careful you don't tear his little toes off. And up around the top. You're not really going to see the top because he's going to have his hair there. Okay, so just there, that makes it stand out a lot better. Just going to close this up. Okay, so now we can go back to putting all this together. So the first thing we're going to do is take our little green owl and we're going to stick on our little vest. Let's put our little vest on. So just put some glue on the back. And you just want to put that very close to the bottom, but leave a small little line there of green so you can see the green. Okay, just like that. And then you're going to put your beak on there. And I just put the beak right in that little slit right in the middle of the vest. Okay, where it makes that little V. Put the little V of the heart right in the V of the vest. Okay, just like that. Now, you're going to take your medium little eye, put some glue on it, and put that on the left side. And it's going to overlap on that beak. That's totally fine. Okay? So, put that on the left side, the medium white one. Okay? Now you're going to take the large white one and you're going to glue it on the right side. So it'll look like that. Okay? And then you're going to take your black, your medium black one, and you're going to stick it in the middle of your large white one, like that. And you take your little black one and put it in the middle of your medium white one, like this. And then you have a little tiny white one, and you'll stick it in the middle of your black one. Okay, so he'll look like that now. Isn't he cute? Okay, so it looks like he has a patch over his eye. Now, there you go. Now you're going to take your little hair that you cut out and you're going to put some glue on the back of that. And you're going to glue that to the top of your owl's head, lining them up with the ears. Just like that. And you have your little bolts. So just put a tiny, tiny little bit of glue on the ends so that most of it will stick out on the side. And try to make them even on each side. This is the most tedious part, is working with all these small little pieces. You like doing it or you don't like doing it. That's the okay, so now he has his little bolts there on each side of his head. And then you're going to take his wings, and again you're going to have the straight side coming out, glue it to the back just like that. Okay, and then do the same thing on this side. There you go. So now we have our little owl, Frankenstein owl. Okay. And now we have to just put our little buttons on. So you take our little dots and go down the center. Excuse my hands in the way. These little these little dots were something else, trying to get ready for the kit, making sure that they were in the bags. Oh my goodness. counting all them out. This. It was no easy task, just these little dots alone. But in the end, it's all fun. Okay, so there is his little buttons. I'm just trying to straighten them there. Okay, so oops, you have his little buttons. And now what you're going to do is you take your little pen, and right on the each side of his, on the green there on his vest, I put some little stitches. So all you're going to do, if you can see this, and I'll show it up close, is I just put a little line with my pen, and then I just made it look like little stitches like that. And then I went on that side and made some stitches. On that side. And that's what I did there, if you can see that. Okay, so it looks like little stitches on him, because he's Frankenstein. So, and then to put him on the proper background, I got little dots stuck to me. Okay. The background that he goes on is this one here, this orange lines. So get a 3x3 and it's gonna okay, and again center it, because once we have these all together on our to go in our frame, you want to have them centered because you can notice that. And then we're just going to glue our little cute little vampire, or sorry, our Frankenstein. Okay, and you want to just kind of put him in the center there. Okay. So there is 4 characters for this evening. So we have our little, let's move the stuff out of the way. We have our Frankenstein and our ghost. I'm just going to clean that up there. I see a little bit of glue. Our little pumpkin and our cute little vampire, which, oh, I'm sorry, you can't even see that there. Let me move those up. Adorable, adorable, and so we'll leave it at that for today. I'll be back on tomorrow I'll have this up by 2 o'clock. I am already late posting this. I know that people are waiting, so this is going to be late getting up here tonight. So I apologize to everybody that's seen this and is probably wondering where this video is, but it's taking a lot longer than I thought to do. However, we will get these done. So there will be 6 more characters tomorrow, but I'm sure it'll go a lot faster now that I won't have to have so much to show you all about the kit and stuff in the beginning. And so we'll leave it at that, and I'll get this uploaded and you guys can start your kits tonight. I hope you enjoyed the little characters so far, and I look forward to seeing all your comments. If you have any comments about anything that we've done so far, please put it in the comments. Let me know anything good or bad. Are you enjoying it? Please let me know tonight. I'm really anxious to hear how you're liking it. And I wish we could have done it live, because I really, really, really would have loved to have been able to interact with you guys as this was taking place. But I'm going to work on that, and hopefully we can do the Christmas one that way. So until tomorrow, I will be back on to finish this beautiful project with you and do these gorgeous little characters. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.